You can hear the hustle and bustle of the city. Johannesburg, the economic hub of South Africa. With 4 million inhabitants, apartment living is a vital cog in the lifestyle that the city offers. But not all apartments are created equal. This penthouse is spacious, well lit, and boasts of the most beautiful views of Johannesburg and a spectacular Sandton skyline.
In today's episode of Finest Homes, we take a look at a luxury penthouse within an old Johannesburg setting. We chat to the architect who designed the development, as well as the homeowner, Nonhle Jali, who decorated the beautiful abode.
Tumelo, let me first welcome you to Urban View on Westcliff.
Thank you, Thomas. I love how every single apartment here has a spectacular view. From the double-body windows to the wraparound balconies, even up to the indigenous gardens upstairs. Tell me something, what is your architectural style?
Well, modern style, I think it's a design process that we've tried to follow, hand in hand, working together with the developer. The developer were very much involved into the whole design process. And what we try to achieve, and I think we've succeeded, is to make the most of the site itself, of the surroundings, of the environment that we were dealing with. I think that was the most important.
Let's take it right to the beginning. What was the brief for this project?
First of all, you need to consider that Johannesburg today is a very dynamic and vibrant city. What we wanted to offer was a vibrant environment for a modern urban living. We needed to provide a design, to come up with a design and an environment that fits that energy and actually allows you to benefit from that energy. If you consider that specific site, Westcliff, for whoever knows Johannesburg, it's a very central location. It's in close proximity of all the hubs. Rosebank, Sandton is not that far. You've got access to all the highways, and yet you're living with history. It's part of the history of the city. The CBD is down the road. It's one of the oldest suburbs. Yeah. So what we try to achieve, and what we succeed in achieving, I'm sure, is to offer for all the residents a modern environment for modern and active urban living. What we've done as well is we've taken advantage of all the features of the site. It's a steep site, it's very central, but it's surrounded by vegetation. And we try to give to each of the units specific features, privacy, unique design, and total comfort. That's what we've achieved there. Let me show you around.
Let's go.
When award-winning French architect Thomas Lanier and the developers Sandro Construction designed the urban view on Westcliff, their key objective was to create a development that would encompass modern urban living while retaining some of the grandeur of large apartment living.
Thomas, this seems like an intricate and well-considered project. What challenges did you maybe face during this project?
Well, I think that you can pick up very happily one of the main characteristics of this site. It's a long stretch of land, it's fairly narrow, and the slope from the top to the bottom is quite important. Yeah. And actually, rather than seeing this as a constraint or challenge, we tried to use it and turn it to our advantage. Yeah. And these elements actually allowed us to step the buildings, step the units across the site, and ensure that each and every unit's got a total privacy and it's got stunning view onto the environment. Because if you're standing here, if you go up in the stories, you will see you're overlooking the whole bowl of Forest Town. You're overlooking the zoo. You can see the Westcliff Hotel, which is a landmark in Johannesburg, just across the street. So we used all these characteristics of the site, of the location, and turn them to our advantage.
Can you please tell me the key architectural features that make this project?
Well, if you look at what's around you, we've used for the external elements of the blocks very clean and sleek volumes to all the 4 blocks that we've implemented there. We've kept it to straight lines, simple, clean, no fioritures, no fancy elements. We don't want to show off. We want to integrate the development in its environment. We don't want to impose onto the environment. And actually, we've pushed our efforts to the interior design of the various units, because that's where people are living, that's where people are spending their time, and that's where we wanted to put the most quality and all the refinement. You need to see what is inside the units.
I can't wait. Let's go.
Let's go.
Apartment living has become more and more popular in today's day and age. The attraction of big city lights, the hustle and bustle of a fast-paced lifestyle has grown into a very popular way of living. Now, you get apartment living, and then you get penthouse apartment living.
So this is one of our penthouses. As you can see, it's totally different from the perception that you might have on the outside. Outside, we've got these clean and very simple volumes. And when you step inside the unit, you can see these large open plans, lots of natural light coming in. And actually, what have we done? We've basically taken that block that you've seen from the outside and we carved it from the inside. We've created these triple volumes. You've got light boasting everywhere. You've got beautiful views on the surrounding. Not only we have an open plan apartment, but we have a free flow over 3 floors. It's a triplex apartment. You've got your reception and living area with very large windows opening onto the surrounds. And what we've managed to achieve is to open it on all 3 sides. So you get the morning light and the light travels throughout the day and comes inside the unit throughout the day. And in the evening, you can almost see the sun setting to the west. So natural light is a very important element to ensure the comfort of the resident. So that's why we went to extensive efforts to ensure that we've got as much glazing as possible all around that unit, and we get natural light that comes deep inside the unit throughout the day. Downstairs, we've got the private portion of the apartment with the bedrooms, all ensuite bathrooms, top finishes. We've used good quality, top quality finishes, but neutral, because we wanted to offer the owner the opportunity to come and apply his own personal touch to that blank canvas. We mentioned earlier that the whole design was a team effort, and that team effort was extended up to the owner. So let me present you to Nonhle. She's been putting the final touch to that unit.
Don't go away. After the break, we'll explore the interior of the spectacular penthouse. In today's episode of Finest Homes, we're exploring a luxury penthouse within an old Johannesburg setting in Westcliff. Careful consideration was given to the design in order to maximize the beautiful setting. Nonhle opted for a contemporary minimalist style to create a space where her and her children could relax and unwind.
Nonhle, this penthouse is beautiful.
Oh, thank you, my sweetheart.
Talk to me about the layout and the flow.
Okay, let me start with the kitchen as we are in it. So I'm obsessed with white walls and white cabinets. I think that white creates just like a spacious feel, and I detest clutter. So I've decided that I want my unit white with a touch of wood, because wood then balances it out, because white is a cold color. So I needed a bit of balance with the wood to create that warmth and a pop-up color with my accessories. That's why I've decided to go on color when it comes to my pots with the cooking, as you can see. So yeah, I'm in love with it, that it's seamless as well. The fridge is nicely hidden, the washing machines. That's what I love about this kitchen. Seamless, non-cluttered, and spacious.
Perfect.
But enough about the kitchen. Let me show you the rest of the penthouse.
Perfect, let's do it. Now, Nonhle, this screams personal style.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the vision.
You know, the vision about this place, because I bought this place as an investment for my children, and this screams kids, kids, kids. I've chosen an L couch because I've got a football team of children. I've got 4 kids, and they end up sleeping after watching their cartoons. You know how kids are, and they jump on the couch and they do all sorts of things. So I wanted to make sure that it's got enough space. I wanted to choose also neutral colors as a base, and I can always change with the pop in colors with the cushions and furs, something to cuddle when they fall asleep and stuff. And for decor on the coffee table, I've chosen horns of an antelope because they are obsessed with wild animals. And it just adds that extra touch. And your monochromes, black and white, just to also blend in with the rest of the penthouse. And obviously for the casual chairs, I chose a touch of green, just to bring that leafy feel, you know, that the place is alive.
To your point about your children, this really does feel like the heart of the penthouse.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the characteristics of the style that you've chosen and some of the elements that complement that.
It is indeed the heart of the penthouse because it is the landing area, if I might call it that. So everyone, when they walk in, it's the reception area. It's the room where I cook and get the opportunity to watch my children play. And it's open plan. And the space is spacious. So I can see my guests, you know, if you want to lie there and you're having like a tired day and your boyfriend is annoying you, you can lay there and sip some wine. I can watch you while I'm cooking you some food. And I can also look after my children. So that for me, this is where all the activity happens, all the fun happens. Everything happens in this space. And this is why I love this place, because of the openness of it, of the warmth of it, and how it is such a receiving area.
Take me to your dinner table, girl. I'm ready.
Let's go.
Now here, I can imagine you having a fabulous dinner
Yeah.
or awesome sundowners on a Friday. Is this the ambience you were going for?
Look, Dumelo, you know, I have 4 kids, and quality time is of essence to me. And I feel like this is the place that we can all come together. It gives us the opportunity to have a conversation with each other while we're having dinner. I can ask my children how their day was at school, and we can interact, and we really have quality time when sitting together and dining together. And we are based on the main road, by the way, in Jansmats, overlooking the Four Seasons Westcliff. As you open up the door, the amazing sunset you get to view. So it is a perfect place to entertain your guests, and it's absolutely amazing to spend your evenings here.
Talk to me about the table setting and how you got the look and feel.
You know, Dumelo, I've always been obsessed with black and gold. And you know that song? Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. So I've got that feel in this room. I think it complements each other very well. So I've chosen the underplates to be black, and of course the dining chairs to be yellow. The reason why I went for a darker color is because we sit here a lot, I entertain here a lot, and the fabric has got many rubs. So you want to make sure that it doesn't stain as quick. You see, the living room is cream because we don't eat there. But here, because we eat, when you spill sauce, you don't want to get your stains that you can't rub off. So this is a darker color, and it's more forgiving on the stains. And yeah, it just brings the room to life. It's yellow, it's bright, just pops up, and it brings that warmth. Surrounded by the white walls, again, it complements the color of the white wall.
Traditionally, minimalist colour schemes are white and neutral. This penthouse is a great example of how a contemporary minimalist scheme can be successfully achieved using colours inspired by nature with the use of textured and print-scattered cushions. When you have an unobstructed view of the treetops, you have the perfect inspiration for your colour scheme.
You haven't even seen the best part of the entertainment. You know, this penthouse has 3 levels, right? I'm gonna take you to the rooftop, and there, baby, we're gonna go and celebrate while we watch the sunset. Shall we?
Take me higher and higher,
Come,
girl.
baby.
It's the apex of exclusivity and the pinnacle of luxury city real estate. The appeal of the Penthouse is obvious. It sits above the rest, commanding the best views, the best amenities, and it's just that, the best.
Dumelo, as I was saying to you, I mean, coming here on top to entertain is the most beautiful, most serene place to be. I mean, look at this spectacular view of Johannesburg, surrounded by greenery. How amazing is that? And just watching the sunset, the splash pool, and my children absolutely love it. They are aqua babies. They are all water trained and water safe. So they love spending time here. And of course, for me, this is about the scenery. This is about the peace and quietness and quality time with them when they're enjoying what they love and while I'm enjoying what I love as a mom. And I mean, Dumelo, this place is where the best moments are made, which become the most amazing, most priceless memories. Do you want to take a seat?
I would love to.
Dumelo, care to have a drink?
Of course.
Nostrovia.
Cheers. Nonhle, tell me your vision for this penthouse.
I bought this penthouse for my children as an investment. Through my own experience, I've noticed how life gets so hard and sometimes you don't have a home to go to. And I didn't want them to encounter such difficulty. And for me, it is important as siblings that they stick together. And instead of buying them each separately their own one-bedroom apartment, I decided to buy them a home, a place they can call their own. And what I did also with the decor is that I actually collected the items that they grew up with. So the couch is the couch that was in my bedroom. It was in my main bedroom. They used to come in my main bedroom and jump on the couch and like click on the TV and remote. So every piece, every big piece has got a sentimental value, you know, like a memory attached to it. The cushions. So I've mixed like the old and the new. So that when they're older, they can have those memories attached to every piece that you see in the house. So every decor piece is strategically placed here as a sentimental thing for them. And a reminder of their childhood and how they grew up. So I mix the old and the new.
With such a spectacular view and a beautiful personal vision, I can't think of anything more special.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
To life.
Up next, we'll give you tips and tricks on how to get this look in your home. In today's episode of Finest Homes, we're exploring a luxury penthouse within an old Johannesburg setting in Westcliff. Up next, we'll give you a few tips and tricks on how to get this look in your own home.
The homeowner had this modern contemporary penthouse as a headquarters for her children. However, you and I can add this touch of flavour in our own home living spaces, whether in an apartment or a cottage. And Tavi and I are going to piece together how to get the penthouse look and feel. Ntabi, it's a penthouse.
For kids.
Where do we start? It almost sounds like a contradiction, yet our homeowner made it work. Our first starting point is the living area. That's where the family spends most of its time, and the biggest item in there is the corner suite.
Yes.
Now tell me, what is the practicality of white on a sofa?
It can only work if it's leather or a vinyl of sort, where it is foolproof, spill-proof, dirt-proof, just needs to be wiped down and you've got magic happening on that sofa. So in our case, we're suggesting a platinum leather. So it's a little bit less white, just to hide that extra level of dirt. And also, again, you can just wipe it down and achieve that look that you're going for. What really works though with the whites, with the platinum, is then you pick up again on these metallic elements that she's bringing into the interior, because white and silver seems to be the theme of the area in this lounge area, and we're playing very well with it by juxtaposing it with this leather finish.
And I stand here so proud because our homeowner was bold and brave to go with two metallics, both gold and silver. We love taking risks.
We absolutely do.
Yeah.
They work very well together. We've used a brushed gold with a silver, and they complement because they pick up on the colors that we're bringing in into the interior. And that's where you link your thread of metallics. It's not only in your metals, it can also be brought through in your fabrics.
Speaking of fabrics, I've noticed that you've chosen a variety. Will you talk us through why these work?
What we've done is, looking at this geometric pattern of the rug, we thought, what else can we do that will accentuate this feel? And you can see it here with the fabric here, and also in these colors that mix the interiors out quite nicely.
Gorgeous.
And then obviously we need a punch to work with our cushions. So we've gone for a very tribal geometric pattern that links us back color-wise to our main feature, which is the artwork.
Right, artwork. Massive punch to the room, and kept it quite modern and fun at the same time.
Yes.
What are the guidelines for choosing the right kind of artworks for a penthouse, really?
Space. The scheme and the colors that flow in the interior already, if you look at just this pattern alone of fabrics that we've chosen, that all links back to the colors within the artwork. And that's what you do. You use your artwork to frame the room, is what I like to call it. So that whatever colors you have scattered in the area, you draw them through to a focal point, and that can happen through your artwork.
Now, I know that gold might seem like quite a glam color, but it is something that you can incorporate in your day-to-day home living space.
Absolutely. In this scheme, we've actually done a bit of both. You've got a bit of brushed gold and silver. And what she's done in this lounge area, she used a very metallic drum barrel type of table. And what I'm recommending is something just a little bit cleaner with the lines, timeless, and easier for the kids to incorporate into their daily living.
Right, speaking of tabletop, yes, things have been quite minimal in terms of decor, but I love the pieces that you've chosen here as accessories.
Yes.
For example, I see this kind of plant element as well as a natural plant in there as well.
And a little bit of a horn that she...
Yes.
It almost became the design thread that I picked up on the space. And when we talk about those elements that we want to emulate, those are the pieces that you can start looking at, accessories, to say, okay, if I'm looking at this plant, be it a feather, be it the horn, be it absolutely in this interior, because without this, it becomes just showroom looking.
Yes, it does. Now, what's really interesting is that the chaise is a piece of furniture that our homeowner has kept for years and has simply updated it as time has changed and as life has developed. Now, I love that because it simply means that you don't have to buy all the time. There are various ways of just updating furniture.
And repurposing it. And I love that also, because not everything needs to be thrown out when we're doing our interiors. And we've brought in different fabrics to still work with this plush, luxurious penthouse feel. Velvets in metallics, in dark blues, and in that beautiful German silver cotton feel that just brings in and ties it up beautifully. So whatever her interior is that she's creating, she's always got the use of different fabrics just to bring it in and link it to her schemes.
Now, I'd love to have a shades, darling, in my house. However, if I don't have the space for it, what could I possibly use as an alternative?
An alternative to the dining area obviously would be a sideboard, because in that way you are able to store extra cutlery, crockery, and especially since the family is growing and obviously the level of entertainment is also going to grow. Again, considering budget restrictions, if we don't have the luxury of buying a full sideboard, another clever way of using storage in this glamorous interior is bringing in a drinks trolley. It doesn't have to have alcohol, Mom, for the kids in the penthouse suite. It can have drinks, it can have water, it can have juice, it can have tea as a setting, but it's easy to move around with wheels from lounge to dining.
Okay, so I'm ready to incorporate a penthouse style into my apartment. What are my top 3 items that I need to start with?
In the lounge, I would say definitely the corner suite. In that leathery field, white, silver, greys, and obviously to bring that metallic bling, the chrome coffee table, and then the artwork, because the color and the punch that just adds to that area. With this very slick interior, you just need a bit of warmth, and Mama Africa there just really ties it back home.
And that's a great opportunity to really make things your own.
Yes, own the look. You've got to own the look.
With rapid urbanization, the penthouse has become a universal symbol of status. Elevated above the clamor of the city, yet without the worry of noisy neighbors above, this is a top-floor residence in a prime location. This truly is a finest home.